This is Robin on the Road, your concierge for travel therapy, and today I'd like to take you on the road with me for a tour of the historic Battleship North Carolina. Come on, let's go. Permanently moored on the Cape Fear River across from historic Wilmington, Battleship North Carolina is an amazing monument to American history, the men who served on board, and the 11,000 North Carolinians who lost their lives during World War II. As I walked up the gangway to the battleship known as BB-55, I was amazed at the sheer size. 728 feet long and 108 feet wide and as tall as a 14-story building, the keel for Battleship North Carolina was laid on October 27, 1937, the first battleship to be constructed in 16 years. The battleship will take 4 years to finish. Labeled the Showboat, she will spend 40 months in combat, steam 307,000 miles, fight in every major campaign in the Pacific, from Guadalcanal to the Marshalls, Philippines, Iwo Jima, Okinawa, earning 15 battle stars, more than any other U.S. battleship. She will survive a torpedo hit in 1943 and a typhoon in 1944. Retired after the war and placed in mothballs, she will be placed on a scrap list by the U.S. government. The final battle for the U.S. North Carolina will be by the citizens who bring the namesake home, and she will become the first military museum of the former naval battleships. For the nearly 2,000 men and officers who served on board, she was home. Today, there are 9 levels to tour on board. This is a very active tour spot with lots of steep stairs, narrow passageways, and a few heights. However, the route is well marked and the story well told, mostly through the men who served on board. The story of BB-55 is that of her crew and how they lived, prayed, ate, worked, relaxed, and went to war. The kitchens, or galley, include the bakery with huge bread makers, rising shelves, and ovens. The mess area served as movie theater, church, and was surrounded by the sundry shop, soda fountain. Can't have a kitchen without the scullery. Stop into port, the post office would be busy, sorting through those much anticipated letters and packages. The story I read over and over was how incredibly hot it was on board ship. With the kitchen working 24/7, steam from the scullery, and the intense heat of the South Pacific. Imagine working in the laundry with the huge washers, dryers, ironing uniforms, or downstairs in the engine room, hot, loud, dangerous. At the end of your long day, you take a saltwater shower in a crowded bathroom. Get into your bunk and get some rest in 103-degree heat. The men tell stories of sleeping on deck, not just for coolness, but also if they're hit, so they don't get caught below decks and drown and go down with the ship. The ship was also equipped with a printer, barber, cobbler, dentist, surgery, pharmacy. But let me be clear, Battleship North Carolina was a weapon of war. From the control room, navigation room, the ship was a modern marvel of her time. While life was lived as normal as possible, war was all around the men on board, and the large munitions room is proof, as well as the powder charge kegs. Feeling brave? Make a wish. The 9 16-inch guns comprise the North Carolina's main battery and her most destructive weapons. Housed in 3 6-level turrets, their targets were enemy ships and shore bombardments. A 2,700-pound shell could pierce at 21 miles. There were also 25-inch dual-purpose weapons, 16 1-inch anti-aircraft guns, and 18 50 cals. Besides the officers, the ship also had a contingent of Marines, divers, and the crews of the Kingfisher, 2 seaplanes that were launched from catapults at the aft of the ship and used several times during the war for sea rescues. Today, there is constant preservation to keep the battleship in good shape. Things to know before you go. The North Carolina is located at Eagle Island and is part of the city of Wilmington. It is open every day of the year from 8 to 4, with the ship closing at 5. Admission is $14 for adult, $10 for senior. Military and dependent are also $10 with appropriate ID. Children 6 to 11 are $6, 5 and under are free. The tour is self-guided and plan to spend at least 2 hours, depending on how much you read. Special tours can be purchased either through your phone or limited space guided tours are available. Having toured the ship, I do not recommend this location for very small children or people with mobility issues. Wear comfortable shoes, bring water, and watch your head. Wilmington is an excellent stop for your next vacation, with history, art, incredible food, shopping, music, nightlife, and the Riverwalk, a 1.7-mile boardwalk with 200 shops, restaurants, attractions, and river cruises. With beaches 45 minutes away, Wilmington is an excellent blend of the old and the new. This is Robin on the Road, your concierge for travel therapy, and I would like to thank you for joining me on the Battleship North Carolina. I hope you get a chance to visit this living monument, walk her decks, read her stories, feel her ghosts, and try to imagine what life was like for the men who fought for theirs, hers, and our lives. She truly is part of the greatest generation. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I will upload videos often. Leave a like and any questions or comments. I look forward to seeing you on my next adventure as Robin on the Road. Until then, safe travels.